in this equation we have 5 lots of 2x minus 1 equals 35. Now the first thing you want to do when you see brackets in an equation is to expand the brackets. Now we've done this in a previous video, so you can look back and see how to do that. It's 5 lots of 2x, which is 10x, and it's 5 lots of minus 1, which is minus 5, and that equals 35. And I can solve this equation using a method that I'm familiar with. So I want to get all the x's, or ideally just one x on one side, and then the value of that x on the other side. So first of all, I'm going to add 5 to both sides of the equation. By adding 5 to both sides, it means I can continue to use this equals sign because they will still be equal. So minus 5 plus 5 is 0. So on the left hand side, I'm just left with 10x, and 35 plus 5 is 40. So now I have 10x equals 40. So the value of 1x can be found by dividing both sides by 10. Now 10x divided by 10 leaves me with 1x, which I'll write like this, and it equals the value of 40 divided by 10, which is 4. So the answer to this equation here is x equals 4. In this equation, on the left hand side, we have 2 lots of 3x minus 1 equals 4 lots of x plus 4. The first thing I'm going to do is expand the brackets on the left hand side. So we have 2 lots of 3x minus 1. Now we've done this in a previous video. That's 2 lots of 3x equals 6x, and 2 lots of minus 1 equals minus 2. And the right hand side equals 4x plus 4. Well, now we've got this. After first expanding the brackets, we can solve this equation using a familiar method, a method that we've used before. So let's just take these bars out to remind ourselves how to do it. If we take 6 x's, I'm going to use blue today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll leave that for the moment. And then we'll take our 4 x's. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we add 4 to that. There we go. And they need to equal each other. Well, they don't at the moment because, of course, I haven't taken away 2 from the 6 x's. So if I use these single blocks here and take away the 2 on the end there, you can see now they are the same length. And perhaps you notice that if I add 2 to both sides of the equation, it's the same effect. So I'll have negative 2 add 2 is 0. And if I add 2 to this one, they become the same length. So this here was 4 plus the 2. So this here is now 6. And we can also notice that all of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, they equal each other as well. So now we have 2x equals our 4 plus the 2. In other words, 2x equals 6. And from that we can see that 1x equals 3 by halving this value here, which is 6. Let's write it out in full, showing the steps though. The first thing that I decided to do this time was add 2 to both sides of the equation to keep them equal to each other. So on this side I have 6x minus 2 add 2 is 0, and on the right hand side I have 4x, and 4 plus 2 is plus 6. And then I noticed that looking at the blue blocks that I had 4 blocks in both of them. So if I take away 4x as my next act, I do that to both sides of the equation, then I'm left with 2x on the left hand side, and that equals 4x minus 4x is 0, so I'm only left with this positive 6. And then of course, to find out the value of 1x, I need to divide both sides by 2. So 1x is equal to 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So the solution to this original equation here is x equals 3. In this equation, we have 5 lots of x plus 3 equals 2 lots of 3x plus 4. The first thing I'm going to do is expand the brackets. So on the left hand side, I have 5 lots of x, which equals 5x. And I have 5 lots of plus 3, which equals plus 15. Now this is equal to whatever I get when I expand these brackets. 2 lots of 3x is 6x, and 2 lots of plus 4 is plus 8. Now that I've done that, I can solve this equation using a familiar method. Right, what shall I do here then? Well, I have 6 x's on this side and 5 x's on this side. So I think the first thing I'm going to do here is take away 5x from this side and take away 5x from this side, because I'm trying to find the value of 1x. 5x minus 5x is 0, so all I'm left with on the left hand side is positive 15. 6x minus 5x is 1x, which I write like this, and 8 stays the same as plus 8. Now I want 1x on its own, so what's the next thing I'm going to do? I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides of the equation. So on the right hand side, I have x on its own, because 8 minus 8 is 0. And on the left hand side, I have 15 minus 8, which of course is 7. So this tells me left to right that 7 equals x, or as we write it more commonly, x equals 7. If 7 equals x, then x equals 7. And that's the solution to this equation here. X equals 7.